have you here. We're already hungry. We're, what, 3 minutes into today's broadcast. Maybe you're craving a little getaway right now, too. How about a vacation with the family? Elizabeth, how does Hawaii sound?
Apparently,
right
airfare to Hawaii is very inexpensive. I know several people who have been booking flights in hopes that they'll get to go.
Huh.
We'll see. You know what's easier? Just bring island-inspired dishes to your kitchen instead. Here with Hawaiian beef recipes, we want to welcome our friend Becky Church from the Beef Council via Skype.
Hi, Becky.
Look at her looking all vacation mode. Hey, Becky.
Hey guys, how's it going?
All good here.
It's going great. All right, we're hungry, and I don't even know what these words all mean together. You can show us how to make a grilled tequila steak pizza. What goes into this?
Well, you can about guess. It's Taco Tuesday to the next level, Steve. So we actually start with a flat iron steak, which comes from the shoulder, super rich, tender, and well marbled. One that's pretty forgiving. So if you're not as confident behind the grill, it's a good place to start.
That's good to know.
I'm also going to show you how to make a marinade. That's one way you can tenderize steaks and add a lot of depth and flavor if you want to change things up. When you're making a marinade, you need an acid. So I'm using lime juice today. You can freshly squeeze a lime in, or lemon juice. Great.
Easy.
And for that, it's going to actually help tenderize your meat by breaking down that muscle tissue. Then you need some oil. So your choice, I'm using olive oil. I'm going to dump that in.
It's good when you know the science of what's happening to the meat from this. You know, it's not just
sure.
adding flavor, but it's also doing something to the actual texture of the meat inside. All right, that's 2 of 3. What's the final step?
Next, you need spices. So I'm just using a pre-purchased spice mix. So there's like garlic powder, paprika, salt, pepper.
All the good
You can
stuff.
add that in. Again, it's easy to personalize. Like here, we're making kind of a Mexican flair on this meal, but you could change it depending on what, flavor profile you're going for.
For sure.
And then I to do it all in a Ziploc bag just for easy cleanup. You can toss it when you're done versus having to do an extra dish. So go ahead and add your steaks in here. You can zip it closed tightly and then toss it in the fridge for a few hours or even overnight.
Okay, that's great. So then it's done. And then you're going to just, grill up the steak?
Yep, you can grill the steak. And then I recommend using a thermometer and temping to 145 degrees for medium rare. Again, don't overflip. That's a big mistake a lot of people make, as well as cutting into the steak versus temping it.
Okay, so now this is what people do, and what happens? So you cut into the steak because last time you served the steak, it was pink inside. Your wife got mad at you, hypothetically, and then you're like, well, I guess I just got to cut it open. What happens when you cut it open and it's still over heat?
So if there's bakers out there, you think about testing a cake with a toothpick. If you're to cut open with a whole roll with a knife, you're going to have more exposure and surface area with the heat, which is going to dry out the product, or in this case, the meat, and make it a lot tougher. Okay,
so don't cut into it. The good thermometer should be your best friend. And you say you can do this even if you don't have a grill. You can do it like on a cast iron skillet on the stove too?
Right. If you have the cast iron going in the kitchen, go ahead and put the steaks on there, and you can even add the tortilla on if you want to char that a bit too.
And then you just sort of assemble it. It's kind of like a taco pizza. Like you can fold it up. Looks like you've got some roasted corn on there, some tomatoes. Yum.
Anything that's fresh and available, you could even top with lettuce and all the other fixings you like for Taco Tuesday.
Alrighty, now let's move to Old South Burgers with peach compote. So that sounds very fancy, and I think for maybe some of us like me, a little unapproachable. I think I would screw up a compote. What is a compote?
Steve, I come with the above average recipes here, but just an average person showing you that you can do this at home.
Good.
What we love about the compote is how easy it is, actually. Though this time you know that peaches are in season and really flavorful. So you can start. I'll show you how to make the compote. It's really simple. I dice 1 cup of peaches fresh, and I'll just add it right into the pot here.
And those are so easy to find right now. I mean, good peaches are everywhere.
Definitely. And then I have a 1/4 cup of brown sugar.
I like this idea.
Some rosemary.
Oh.
Remember, this sweetness is just going to pair really nicely with the savory burger. So we have a lot of sweetness going on. And then cracked open a beer here to top it off.
Really?
So that's
okay.
obvious.
Now, how long is okay, looks like you drank most of the beer beforehand. How long is all of that going to be on the stovetop?
So you're going to bring it to a boil for 15 minutes, and that brown sugar is going to help caramelize and then also sweeten the offset of the beer. So once that is boiled and warm, you can top it over your grilled burger. And then I also used a spreadable cheese on biscuits. You could make the homemade biscuits if you wanted to really elevate your Southern cooking experience, Steve. Otherwise, you can use the ones at the store, that you buy in the refrigerated section and just twist and pop into the oven.
Oh, that's a fun twist. It's like a sweet and savory thing going on. I like that idea. Okay, before we go, we want to know about this Cuban shredded beef, and you're always helping us. You guys have such good ideas for I love a pot roast. It's so comforting and wonderful, but you kind of get in a rut with that same flavor, and you always have ideas of how to amp it up. So what's going on here?
So again, pressure cookers or crock pots, perfect for, a busy work week, and if you want to get dinner on the table in an effortless way, really. So I put this in the Instant Pot. I chose a chuck roast, which is my go-to roast for, any sort of shredded beef. If you want to make it barbecue beef, you can. You can batch cook the beef here, and then, like I said, season it with different sauces throughout the week, and even use it at different meals. So it's really versatile. But today, I used it for a Cuban type meal. So I have fresh green peppers with the chuck roast, plated with rice, beans, fresh lime, and avocado.
Yeah, that looks so good. I mean, that's fabulous. That's so simple, and then you're done and done. Really good stuff, Becky.
Thank you for showing us the food, and no thank you for not bringing us any. It's good to have you on our show again.
Good to see you, Becky. All right, we posted a link to these recipes on our website, twincitieslive.com. You're also going to find a link to the Minnesota Beef Council's Facebook page, where you can find tips for simple steak swaps.
A big thanks to Minnesota Beef Council for sponsoring Twin Cities Live.
Okay.